team of the tournament. It's obviously changed a bit from the team that I named halfway through the tournament, but not much just changed at the top of the order. I'll have David Warner as the winner of the orange cap, most runs, 641 runs at almost 60 and striking at just over 140, 100 and a few 50s. Once again, I just think he's been in complete control of his game for a number of years now in the IPL. I think he thrives on extra responsibility and leadership. Having won the tournament last year, they got close again, obviously got into the finals again, but couldn't quite get across that last hurdle. But Davies led the side really well. I'll actually name him captain of the team as well, just on the back of what he's done over the last couple of seasons. Hashim Amla, a bit of a surprise packet, I think, right through this tournament. He's someone that's been overlooked in a few auctions in a row. He got a chance as a replacement player at the back end of last season with the Kings 11, but this year played the best that I think anyone's ever seen him play, whether it be in an international T20 game or in an IPL. Was the only man in the tournament to score 200s and got them pretty quickly. So he's ended up with 420 runs and striking at 145. So you can't really argue with what he's done. So a fantastic tournament for him. Move into the middle order now. Gautam Gambhir. You can't argue with his numbers either. I said before the final started that I'm a bit surprised that he's batting in that number 3 position. The number 3 position in T20 cricket, I think, is the hardest spot to bat because you'll generally go in at the loss of a very early wicket and expected to hit boundary straight away and capitalise on the power play, or you're going right near the back end of the power play, just giving yourself enough time to get in, then the field goes out, the spinners come on. So, but he's a very good player of spin, which is probably why he's been able to adapt pretty well to that number 3 position. Suresh Raina, another captain, Gujarat Lions. Just a class T20 player. He's actually a classy short form player. He's got a very good one-day record for India as well. In that role in the middle order, it's generally when most of the spinners are going to be bowling, and he's got the ability to really dominate there. So he's made 442 runs, highest score of 84, and strike rate of 143 again. So generally what teams and individuals are looking for now is having your average and your strike rate sort of combined to be about 170, and that's what Raina's as well over that. He's nearly 185. But Robin Uthapar, another one that has opened the batting for most of his career at the Knight Riders, found himself in a slightly different spot down the order, and I've named him at number 5 as the keeper batsman. Now, here's a guy that's strike rate's incredible this year, 165 strike rate. What I like the most about him is that strike rate. You need those guys in the middle order to be able to score quickly right from the start. You don't have that luxury anymore in this T20 game to go out there and just sort of play yourself in and work the ball around. You have to go in and dominate right from the start, and I think that's what he's been able to do really well. Now, the MVP for the entire tournament, the guy that was most talked about probably before this tournament started, was Ben Stokes, on a huge deal with the Super Giants, and has probably earned every cent of it, to be fair. 12 wickets in 12 games, obviously made that big 100 as well. The thing about him, he does bring that real X factor to their lineup, and someone that you can rely on to bowl 4 overs, that can also make 100 in the middle order. Those sort of players are pretty hard to find. So I know they paid a lot of money for him, but I'm sure now that they're pretty happy that they did. One guy I'm happy to name in the side is Hardik Pandya, a young all-rounder from the Mumbai Indians. I've had a chance to work a lot with him the last couple of years, and he had almost a dream start 2 seasons ago. Found things a bit tougher last year, but is probably with a little bit of the expectation off him now, and had a chance to actually represent his country a little bit as well, and probably grow into what international cricket and certainly cricket at the top level is all about. He's starting to blossom into a particularly good all-rounder. He was the guy in the tournament to take the most runs off a single over. I think it was something like 28 runs off an over early in the tournament, so it goes to show his striking power as well. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, spoke about him earlier in the tournament as well, someone that's able to swing the new ball around early on, more importantly take early wickets. He's been the leading wicket taker, 26 wickets in the tournament in 14 games, average of 14, which is pretty remarkable in those types of conditions. And he was someone that we showed a lot of interest in when I was at Mumbai. We were really keen to try and get hold of him, knowing our conditions in Mumbai where the ball swings around a little bit more, but the Sunrisers, rightly so, held on to him because he's been a terrific player from then. Another guy that I spoke about as well in the auction is Jaydev Unadkat, who's ended up at the Super Giants this year. He's been around a few different teams. I remember playing him at RCB a few years ago. I think he ended up at Calcutta there at one stage as well. So, but if you wind the clock back 5 or 6 years, this guy was sort of touted as being, the next Indian opening bowler in Test cricket, one-day cricket and T20 cricket. He's got the ability to swing the new ball around, as we saw through this tournament, and he's got very good slow ball skills as well, which obviously come in handy towards the back end and those middle overs of T20 cricket. Then we'll move on to the spinners. I've actually named two leg spinners in the side. One that started the tournament really well, Rashid Khan from the Sunrisers once again. You know, when you have leg spinners in your side, you know that they can tie things down, but they're also a better chance of getting wickets than some of the finger spinners going around, so hence naming him. And then Imran Tahir, once again, the same 12 games, 18 wickets, average of 20. There it is again, 12 games, 18 wickets. So you know when you bring these leg spinners on through those middle overs that they are going to create some opportunities for you. And Imran Tahir's been around for a long, long time. He's had a really good season for his team this year. It's a difficult job to try and pick the best team of the tournament, but one that's been a lot of fun, and I'm sure that all the guys, if they get a chance to have a look through that lineup, they'll think themselves pretty lucky that they made it into that team.